All right, guys, I'm going to make a real quick video on what a derivative is, okay? It's an equation that gives the slope of a function, okay? So sometimes that's notated as f prime of x, and sometimes it's notated as dy dx. And that d just stands for delta, and delta is a Greek symbol that means change, all right? So this really just says the change in y over the change in x, which just means rise over run, okay? Nothing new there, really. Okay, example 1, this line is y equals 2x plus 1 right here. At every point on this line, the slope is 2. And that's kind of like what makes it be a line, is that the slope is always the same thing, okay? We're talking about derivatives. We would say that dy dx of this guy is equal to 2, okay? If this was notated differently, if this said f of x equals 2x plus 1, then the way that I would write the derivative is f prime of x is equal to 2. The idea is no matter what x value I plug in, I get out a 2. Okay? Example 2, f of x equals x squared. So this is a curve, right? So the slope is always changing, like it's steep negative, less steep negative, then it's 0, then it turns to positive, more steep positive, etc. Okay? And these little lines that I've drawn right here, those guys are tangent lines. They're just touching the curve at one point, and you can see the slopes of them are different, okay? The slope of a line tangent to the curve at a point is the same as the slope of the curve at that same point, all right? So the derivative of this function here is f prime of x equals 2x, or if this was written as y equals x squared, it would say dy over dx equals 2x. And then all you need to do is plug in the x value of the point you're trying to find the slope at. So like at 3, if I plug a 3 into here, well, 2 times 3 is 6, so the slope of that is 6. So the tangent slope right there is 6, and the slope of the curve right there is 6. At x equals 0, that's a horizontal line right there. Okay, so the slope of that line is 0. F prime of 0 is equal to 0. And if you just plug a 0 in right there, well, 2 times 0 is 0. And then if I plug a negative 2 in, all right, I get out negative 4. The slope of that line right there is negative 4. All right, now what I did right there was I used the power rule. And in the next video, I'll make about using the power rule. And then I'll make one about the product rule and then one about the quotient rule. Okay.